Hey there, Edison, Nate, and Tara. Hope you guys are having a great day today. This is your video lesson. Let's see here. One topic I'll talk about with a bunch of bullet points in there. I'll talk about that, and if you have questions at the end or want me to look at anything, feel free to send it over my way. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you got. So let's get to it. So I didn't see a video come through today, so I'll just kind of base this video off of what I saw last time and some things I think he should be doing anyway, whether I see him and get eyes on what he's doing or not. The first is sitting position. You really want to make sure that you don't skip this step. It's very important to make sure, even though it's kind of a tedious step, to make sure that he's holding the guitar all correctly, the feet are firmly planted on the ground like we talked about last time. Right, and if he has trouble holding the guitar, it's going to make it difficult for him when he gets a little bit further along. I've had people before where they meant well and everything, and then the sitting position wasn't quite right, and then we had to kind of backtrack a little bit and kind of like fix things, and it kind of hindered the student, felt like we weren't kind of moving as forward as much as they would like. So we want to make sure we kind of keep up on that now rather than doing things later on to address that. So like I said, good sitting position, we talked about last time, put those little toys on him, like put one on the knee here and one on the knee here, one on the feet, or one on each foot would be really good to do. And when I'm doing sitting position work, I'm trying to make the stuff that he's playing extremely simple, right? I'm not trying to have him play the hardest thing, the hardest knuckle buster he's ever played in his entire life while he's concentrating on sitting. I might have it as simple as playing some open strings, right? Can he keep the light on the ceiling with a good wrist and good mouse hole, right? For me, that's a win, right? It's what I would consider. I always use. I can't remember if I use this analogy with you, but would you rather have a Porsche in the driveway or 100 jalopies, right? So you can either try to go like really far along and get a lot of pieces under your belt that aren't as nice as you would like them to be, or you can have that one that's really nice that you're really proud of, and you kind of go out there, polish it up, and it's envy of the town, right, or the neighborhood, I suppose. But anyway, so making sure that the thing that you do have is of real high quality at a fundamental level. I heard someone say that the other day, and I thought it was a brilliant quote, that a high quality at a fundamental level is good. That's what we're striving for. So having a high quality sitting position is worth its weight in gold to a student who's 8 or 9 when they feel real secure with their instrument and they're not kind of like wobbling around, right? So just playing something as simple as open strings, or maybe playing like one note and then checking it. And sometimes, like, this is another thing that works well too, is that sometimes the kids will like it if you like record them doing it, and then they get to go back and see themselves doing it on the tablet or on the phone. Then they go, oh, it's not just the person saying whatever, I can see it too. So I found it was really helpful for some students I had someone once earlier today, we were working on trying to get like a proper rest stroke with the fingers together, and what I ended up doing was, okay, let's record you doing it, and then you're gonna get eyes on it, and really I hit play on the video, and in 2 seconds she was like, oh no, sat down, fixed it, right? And all it took was her seeing herself doing it, and it solved the problem. And that's what it's kind of about. So maybe you record Edison, like, Edison, what do you think about your feet? Oh, yeah, they aren't on the ground, are they? Let's fix that. Let's work on that, right? So rather than, oh, Edison, your feet are bad, blah, 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 have him see, okay, record it. Hey, I do need to work on that. That is something, not just making fun of me or they're not picking on me, it's a real thing. And have him do that way. So that's the sitting position thing. Other thing is pinky push-ups. I know we kind of talked about before, making sure we have our ring finger down and pinky down, pinky up. What you can do is you can take like, let me take my pen, and what I'll do is I'll make a mark like right here on my ring finger, right at the first flange right here, the first knuckle joint. I'll make a little mark right there. Oh, doesn't want to do it. There we go. So I'll put like a little mark right there, and that way when I lift up, I have something to aim for. Rather than giving him an abstract like, oh, just aim, don't go past that first knuckle. Actually draw something on there and have him go up to that. Okay, don't go any further past that. And then you'll get on here, put that ring finger on, and lift up to that mark, and then back. So have him trace along the edge, and then back down again. And that'll give him something to aim for. So making sure we keep up on that. Because our newest song is Aunt Rhody, and we're going to need the pinky for Song of the Wind, the next song in the book. So we want to make sure that we are exercising this part of the hand right here. It's quite elegant how the whole thing kind of pieces together, especially books 1 through 5, how it goes from like pinky push-ups to like playing like really big stretches over here with this part of the hand. And this part right here is quite difficult for any student really, even adult students will have trouble with that. But pinky push-ups is the first step to really developing this part of the hand. That way he has really solid technique and can play whatever he wants when he's older. Right? It's the ultimate goal is that not necessarily making little Mozarts right now, but him having the ability to excel at music without struggling because he set up really good fundamentals at a young age, right? That's really what we're after, and making good humans. Good, so work on that for me. And then lastly, for recital pieces, we have this week, we have next week, and then the recitals on Sunday, the 28th. I'll send an email out about that very shortly. I think what we'll do is lightly row, unless you have a video of him playing through Aunt Rhody. If you have that already kind of put together, I know we had the A section that we hadn't done the B section, but he's already learned it. Send it over to me, and I'll just make a note on here on my set list. But I'll assume that he'll want to do lightly row, so maybe just have him play through that so I can give him some pointers for next time that you can help him with, and then that way we'll be all set for the recital. So cool, work on those 3 things for me. And like I said, if you want me to take a look at anything, send it over my way. If not, I'll be looking forward to next week. Take care, guys.